sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero?
All right. Good evening. Welcome to 12 Gauge Investigative. My name is 12 Gauge. Thank you all for being here. You know, no matter wherever you hear that song, other places might run variations of it. I haven't heard it very many places other than my channel. I could be wrong, but I started playing that a long time ago. Not that it's my song by any means, but you get the message. People can be the carbon copy, but they can never be the original. You know what I'm saying? Let me say hello to the people in the chat. Texas, what's up, my brother? Rondé, Truth Exposed, Aquarius. I'm going to already say hello to PKC because I know she'll be in here. Let's continue to have her in our prayers because she's had some situations happening as of recent. She's dealing with her toothache and stuff like that. So, she's trying to get well health-wise, and she's had some family issues as well. I just wanted to get on here. Hey, Nina, thank you for dropping by. I wanted to get on here, not really to start any drama or anything like that. I just wanted to get on here to see how everybody had been. I haven't been live in a couple days, I guess. And see how everybody's doing right before the holiday and just chat with the chat. You know what I mean? And give you the opportunity to jump on panel and just talk about anything you'd like to talk about other than true crime. I don't really want to talk about true crime. I don't want to talk about any kind of other creators or any kind of issues that are traveling around YouTube streets right now. I want to give you a refuge, a refuge to have a safe place to kind of calm your mind down, because that's what I've been doing, just kind of drifting away. Yeah. Damn, you're leaving? No drama? I saw the 7 go to a 6. Did you already leave? Texas, who you picking for the state championship by district? 6A, 5A. There's probably a 7A now by now. I haven't watched high school football in a long time. I know you are. I'm glad you're here. Get up on panel. I'll kind of walk you through the StreamYard. I can help you how to work it. That way you can be up here while I'm doing it. That way I can share the screen and just show you how to do it with the stuff already up here if you want to. Oh, 6.8 the highest? Okay. Here, I'll send you a link, Nina. That way I'll show you how to do the StreamYard. Well, that ain't the link I'm looking for. If you want to, I mean, it's up to you. But what I was saying, this time of year is tough for a lot of people. I heard something in a movie today that really made a lot of sense to me, and I haven't really looked at it through all the years that I've been alive, through a kid, through adolescence to early adulthood, stuff like that. Um, and the guy said, this time of year is usually fine for a lot of people, but it always makes you feel at times like you're not enough. Like your love's not enough, you're not rich enough, you didn't give enough gifts, you didn't give the right gift. You're just not enough. And I got to thinking about that. I don't know if any of y'all have ever felt that way or any of y'all have ever felt that. But that's real talk right there. And even though it was in a movie, which I want to go ahead and name drop the movie because it's an awesome movie. It's on Netflix. It's called Carry On. I don't know if y'all have seen it or if you have Netflix or whatever, but I highly recommend that. And I highly recommend that you watch the Jamie Foxx comedy special because those two movies will definitely move you. I mean, those two things will definitely move you. They're one's high intense and the other one is very emotional. So just be warned, when you're in the kind of mood to watch a movie or if you're in the mood for intensity, Carry On the movie, emotional, Jamie Foxx. So even if you don't like him, even if you don't like his comedy or whatever, those are some good movies to be watching if you're in the mood for that. Yeah, it's a tough feeling, Rhonda. You're right. That's a terrible way to feel that you're not enough, and some people feel that daily, but more people than not feel it during this time of year. And it's easy to feel that way. It's easy to feel that way whenever you watch people scurrying around trying to get money for gifts, but you still have real life going on. You still have the electric bill. You still have the cable bill. You still have the cell phone. You still have the car note. You still have the monthly mortgage. You still have all these things still draining the bank account. And even though people say, don't worry about not getting me a gift, it's kind of weird when, you watch other people give stuff and maybe you give what you can, or maybe you make your own gifts. People just aren't built like that anymore. And it's sad at times to see that reality. What do y'all think? Give me some input here. Even though we're on a little lag, I still wanna hear your input on this because I guess that's what the topic going to be for tonight is overcoming not feeling good enough for the season or for yourself. Here's our first guest of the night. Y'all put your hands together for warning label Nina.
You are enough, Gage, and you don't ever forget it.
Well, thank you so much. You as well, Nina. You beat yourself up too harshly at times.
Oh my gosh, I was sitting in front of that computer last night, and I mean, I was basically breaking out in a sweat. I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this thing recording? I didn't hit live. I didn't hit anything. Am I looking like an idiot up here?" That's it, and I shut it.
You know what
But
I'm
look,
saying? Yeah.
so at 9 p.m. tonight, I'm supposed to go on StreamYard, and I'm supposed to send Dr. Vana and do you know DEB Deb?
No, never heard of them.
Well, anyway, I'm supposed to send some links out, and so the StreamYard idiots are going to be all up there on the screen. And as long as we don't hit record or something like that, we should be okay, right?
Well, you can always delete whatever you record, so
So I mean,
don't.
it's not all going
Well,
to
if
go out
you
into
yeah, just
YouTube.
don't go on a recording. Like
Okay.
if you create a hold on, if you
I'm going to
create
send. I'm going to send you a link, and you can come in and coach us.
oh my gosh, I'm gonna teach you right now. You teach a community how to fish, don't ever be hungry. Remember
That's
that.
right. Dang it.
If you learn one time, you starve after you've eaten. You know what I'm saying? So you see the little buttons at the bottom of your screen. Are you on your phone or on your
Yeah, I'm
laptop?
on my phone right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you're gonna be on your laptop, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Tonight. Yeah.
Okay. Let me say hello to Jim before we continue. Hey Jim, thank you for being here, buddy. He
Hey,
said if
Cat.
I don't have he said if I don't have enough to give, I try to give more of myself. And that's just a lot of us right there, Jim. Just a lot of us. Oh, DB? Okay. Yes, I know who DB is.
Yeah.
Okay, at the bottom of the screen, whenever you get on your laptop, when you come into the studio, it's going to say mute, start cam, settings, present, invite, leave studio. Okay.
Okay.
The only buttons that you really need to mess with at the very beginning while you're getting to learn this stuff is learn how to present your screen, whatever you want to share.
Yeah, that's the
So if you
problem I'm
want,
having.
so if you want to share a
I can't hear you. Hello? Well, can anybody hear me? Uh-oh. Well, y'all, it's the Warning Label Nina show now. That's the way you do it. You get somebody else to come on, and then you just take over theirs. So, hi, y'all. Gage will be right back. Maybe I should send him the link. Gage, do you need a link? Well, isn't this interesting? How about those Braves? So let's see. The host said no true crime and stuff like that. So I have to respect his channel. So, um, I know that's just craziness.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I got booted.
I was
Damn
like,
it.
that's the way you do it. You just go and and take over somebody else's StreamYard.
All right. Do you see the background right there?
I do.
Okay, so that's how you share it. And to stop the screen, you go to the same little button at the bottom. It says stop screen and it stops it. And until you get really comfortable, don't really mess with the brands. I mean, and the banners. You can kind of play along with those on your own,
Right.
while you're doing a live or while you're talking to somebody. And I mean, the present button and the start cam and all that other stuff, the invite button, it's pretty self explanatory. I mean, you can't break it. Just remember to hit live and remember to pause it when you're doing an upload. When you're doing an upload, just pause it whenever you want to pause the video and unpause it. I'm
So
sorry
the
about
video,
that.
the video I just put out, it looks like one of those old kung fu movies. Like my mouth is not matching my words.
You'll get it. You'll get it. It takes
And
time.
I don't care. I put it out anyway. I didn't ditch it. I spent 36 minutes recording that. Y'all
Right,
can look
right.
over my mouth not matching my words.
Texas says them birds flying around outside is tripping me
I
out.
know you disappeared and there went the birds.
Well, yeah, what do you think about that, Nina? About this time of year, you think it's hard for people, like not feeling good enough, not feeling enough?
Well, see, we don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I
Nothing
mean,
wrong with that. Nothing
no,
wrong.
the reason why is because my son died in October, and
Okay,
Christmas Day, 2 months later, Tamala's daddy dropped dead of a massive heart attack.
okay. That's
And so
understandable.
since then, I mean, it's sort of a running joke that her daddy's the Grinch, you know.
Oh,
But
okay. I think I
that
remember you hearing that.
that's terrible. But I mean, he was on the way to get all the grandkids for Christmas and everything, and he had a heart attack driving down the road. And so, with Tamala and the grandbabies and stuff, I say grandbabies, hell, they're 18 and 16. I mean, you just don't really do the whole Christmas. Well, I mean, we celebrate Christmas as far as what Christmas is about. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. But
But as far as
I'm
the
talking
family
about
get together and
in general.
presents,
In general, it's a tough time of year for a lot of people, regardless of whether they
right?
celebrate or not.
Oh yeah, because if you get a stuffed teddy bear, they didn't want a stuffed one; they wanted a stuffed dog.
Right.
I mean, that's.
This the time of year to gain weight, and then the new year you got to work it
There's
off.
a time of year I'm supposed to gain weight. I thought that was all year.
Look at that food she's talking about: barbecue sliders with baby rays, barbecue sliders.
Wow,
Good God Almighty,
where's that at?
man! Truth is making that. I guess she had to check on her pork
Or
roast.
pork roast?
Good God,
Dang, I didn't know that lady could cook.
I didn't either.
I thought she could
Now
just
we
run her
do.
mouth.
My mouth is watering like crazy. I just had dinner. Yeah. One thing about women in the South, they all can cook. I tell you that. Y'all's mama's
That
definitely
is
teach
my
y'all.
redeeming. That's my only redeeming quality.
Y'all's mamas treat you well. I mean, they teach you well too. Y'all can cook.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. My mama hates me.
Like she just said, look at that homemade garlic taters. What the hell?
But she was too lazy. But look, us Southern girls, we'll pray for you. Yeah, buddy, we will pray for you that your brakes go out going down the hill and a flower pot hits you in the head. But we'll pray for you.
Hey, they say you can tell a skinny guy's single.
Exactly. If you see a
If
skinny
once
Southern boy, yeah, he's single.
yeah, he's single. My goodness.
But used to my body image issue was such a big deal, and that's the reason I guess. Well, no, that was my excuse for messing it up.
Mhm.
But now I'm just fat, dumb, and happy. I don't care.
Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with who you are. If you can handle that, then that's all that matters.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
well, I mean, it's my acceptance that I'm okay. I don't have to be a size 5.
Well, of course not. You're
You
so
know,
right, Aquarius. That sounds delicious, don't it? There's some of us trying to diet, you know.
well,
Lonnie was talking.
I made
Lonnie
lobster
was talking
ravioli
to me
with
the
butter
other night
sauce.
about making beans and cornbread. I was like, man, y'all be cooking it up. Y'all be cooking it up.
Shoot, you can't have any better fried potatoes than in the South.
No joke, man. Potato is like what is that? Like an appetizer.
Honey, you can make if you have a potato, you have a meal.
Yeah, that's true. My grandma used to do that. You know, she didn't have a lot, but she'd cut up some potatoes, make some French fries. Boy, those were the best French fries with some homemade tortillas.
Hey, I tell you what, some of the best meals was when, growing up, what was that called? Where you just put everything together. Um,
Goulash.
but it's like it's got something, it's like goulash sounds good. Never mind.
Yeah,
But it's something where you just put stuff together, like a bean here or a potato there, and you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
just whatever's in the cabinets.
yeah. I
Fasting
mean,
sucks. Damn, she's fasting cooking like that.
yeah.
Oh well, she's got to be a masochist or something to cook like that.
Jim
And then,
says, hey, Jim says, so many things you can do with a potato. That's
heck
true.
yeah, let me tell you.
You can even make alcohol out of potatoes, can't you?
Yep. That's yep. Not to bring up true crime, but they say that's what Koberger's going to do when he sues everybody. He's going to make Idaho whiskey out of potatoes.
You can make a potato gun.
What?
You can make a potato gun. You
Okay.
never heard of it?
You can sleep with a potato on the bottom of your feet and it takes out all your toxins.
Well, good Lord, isn't the potato like the all the way around the vegetable, right? I almost said it was a fruit.
You can stick them. Oh,
Texas says you can stick them up
that makes mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. She says, I like the cornmeal and flour, fresh squash, green tomatoes, onions, and okra and fry it. Good Lord. Do you use butter to fry
Shit,
that
I'm
up?
Paula Dean when it comes to butter.
My goodness. You use butter, not margarine, right?
No, butter.
Okay.
Oh, you don't use butter.
No, she don't use butter. All right.
No. I mean,
Well,
you got to
know,
have that homemade cornbread and then slather it with butter.
little olive oil. Okay. Yeah, olive oil is some good stuff. It's some good stuff. Hell, we hadn't even got to the dessert yet, Truth, and we've already gained 30 pounds.
Oh, that's homemade banana pudding.
Goodness gracious. Oh
I
my
guess
God.
I went out of the southern round today. I made lobster ravioli with butter sauce.
You guys, y'all eat so good. You know, I used to work at a restaurant and we used to serve butter with our rolls like most of them do, right? And instead of serving the butter by itself, I used to make the butter or,
Oh.
Mix the butter back there and
Oh wow, that would be awesome.
I'd get like two sticks of margarine and one stick of butter and mix them together. Man, that stuff came out tasting so good.
Hey PKC, we're thinking about you.
Hey PKC. So, what is the real butter? Is it Land O'Lakes or is it what are you talking about? Real butter?
I only buy Land O'Lakes and that one that's got the little 4-leaf clover on it. I can't say the word.
What not?
It comes
Marijuana
in a little
butter?
gold tub and it's got a green 4-leaf clover on it.
Marijuana,
It's from
marijuana
it's
butter?
from
Or what?
Ireland.
Oh, I get so. Oh, damn! What? Let me tell you, it's right here in my fridge. Hold on.
That's it. I mean, to me, that just don't look like a name of a butter.
Have you ever heard of Country Crock?
Now, the Country Crock turnstile is really good.
Yeah, Country Crock's what I got in the
Yeah.
fridge.
But did you
Kerrygold.
know how disappointed I was when I found out the Country Crock and what's that other butter that comes in the big tub? That's not butter, that it's mostly vegetable oil.
I don't know.
Oh, I was
Was
heartbroken.
it popular at Parquet?
No, it's my gosh, what's wrong with my memory tonight?
That's not real butter. It's margarine. Which
Yeah,
one?
if you'll read it, it's mostly vegetable oil. And I was like, oh my God, I'm heartbroken. That's Country Crock turnstile. What did they turn?
Oh, the Country Crock is margarine?
Yes,
I didn't know that. I thought it was butter.
I know. See, I was heartbroken.
Oh man, I got to start looking at the label. I got the little bitty one though, but that's what I eat. I use that.
Honey, that Country Crock and that other one was all I ever bought. I thought, woohoo, I'm doing good. And then
Yeah.
somebody brought it to my attention, and I was like, wow, you just really know how to kill a girl's soul, don't you? What kind of Southern girl am I?
I guess we were raised in the same household then. Shit.
Exactly. If
You
it
know,
looks like butter and it
there's
tastes
another
like
one
butter,
that
there
have
it
you ever
is,
tried to eat
Kerrygold.
that? Kerrygold.
Yeah.
Kerrygold, yeah. That other butter that I can't believe it's not butter.
Do you know I've never tried that?
It's not bad. It's not too bad. It's not bad
Okay,
at all.
see, when you say it's not bad, that means don't try it.
It's not. I don't know. It's not. See, you raised in the South, you have some kind of taste buds where if it has no taste, where if you're not tasting lard or grease in between the chops, it don't have no flavor. You know what?
If you can't taste every calorie, it's not good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She said like chewing a freaking rubber band. Wow. We
Uh-oh,
should
somebody
start our
said
own.
yes, it's a
We should
crime.
start our own. Hey, Nina, we should get like food and like go live. We bring some food and we taste it. We could be like starting a yay or nay channel for food. Somebody gonna steal my idea. Watch.
Hey, we can do it on on True Crime Network, and we can say it's a crime. It's not butter.
Yeah, exactly. PKC said, "Damn truth. I thought you said cadaver. I thought, what the hell is she cooking?"
Oh hell.
Oh my goodness. But this time of year is hard for a lot of people, especially if you're, 2020 on up, people have lost a lot of loved ones through a lot of different things. And it's tough for a lot of people during the holidays anyway. It's like I was saying, whether you believe in Christmas or whether you celebrate or whether you don't, this time of year is just hard for people all the way around because, what if you're not feeling that joy? What if you're not feeling that closeness of having people that care about you around, I hope that you know that this is a safe place that you can come in and, hang out.
Oh yeah.
You don't have anything else going on, you can come hang out here. I don't know if I'll be on Christmas Day, but I might do a little bit on Christmas Eve and definitely probably after. Because I got a lot going on. I make it a point to stop in and see how you guys are doing. Because, I'm not going to get all mushy and try to say that you're like family and all that stuff, but we're definitely closer, you know? We're closer than I am to a lot of people. And that's
Well,
pretty heartfelt by me, you know, because there's a lot of people that don't get close to people that easily. You know what I mean?
well, I'll be honest with you. You know, my one of my hashtags is chosen family
Yeah.
because I choose my family now.
Well, sometimes that's the safest way to be. And sometimes family is in blood.
That's right.
You know, truth, I got you beat by that. I weighed that probably in high school. Way to go. If that's what you were aiming for, way to go. Just do it healthy. She said she lost 60 pounds.
Oh wow.
That's the average size woman, isn't it? 16 or is it 12? Somebody told me that and I was like, no way. But I bet we are about that
Well,
size.
Marilyn Monroe was a size 12.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's true. I'm not 5 feet. You're right. But I'm a male too, you know. I'm broad shouldered, all kinds of stuff. There you go, Texas. I'm glad you're in here, bro. You and Jim. I'm usually the only male up in here, so I'm glad you stopped in. But yeah, you know, packing on weight, losing weight, the older you get, the harder it gets, you know, no matter what you try, it just stays.
Oh yeah.
Good God, if I weighed what I was supposed to weigh, I'm supposed to weigh 185 pounds. I would look so sick.
Lord have mercy. I'd love to weigh 185.
We say that, but then we get down there.
It's all these muscles I have.
Yep, that's what it is, Dana. We'd get down to that size and we'd be like, where's the rest of us?
Yeah.
I've been used to carrying around two people all these years. Where's the other person?
Yeah, exactly. Just think if I
Where-
lost weight and quit smoking, I might could breathe.
It's like, where's the rest of my ass? Like,
Shit, I used to tell people I was gonna have half my boobs took off and put on my butt so I could have a butt.
oh my, yeah. You know, it's always nice to laugh at, you know, sometimes you take life too serious. Really not that serious sometimes, you know?
Yeah, and then sometimes you don't take it serious enough. It
Exactly.
Everything's a balance. Sigmund Freud was all about balance.
Yeah. He was also into men, Dr. Vona said.
He was into sex.
I was a bulldog when I weighed 185. Way to go, Jim.
Oh, I thought that said bulldog. Sorry.
God. Nina.
I'm joking, Jim.
There's Rondi. I was waiting for a comment from Rondi. She's quick on it. Kind of quiet tonight, isn't she, Nina?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. So Dr. Bono was obviously trying to go live last night too, because she was like, I'm up here in StreamYard just killing it, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you know, the easiest way to figure all that out is
Just do it.
well, no, do a couple uploads off StreamYard where you get used to the controls. That's what I did. Don't go live your first time. Do an upload where you figure out all the controls and all the gadgets. That way you can delete it if you mess up.
Now, see, the thing about it is I got this panel stuff down pat. Y'all do all the work,
Yeah.
But boy, you put me up there doing the driver's seat, and it's like, oh yeah, we're going in a ditch.
Hey, Missy. Glad you're here. 5'1", 110 pounds, carry a DM knife blade. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what a DM knife blade is, but I, you little
Okay,
ones are you little
don't
ones are firecrackers, man. All y'all are vicious
don't
little.
don't ever give her a wrench.
I know you're firecrackers. You're firecrackers.
I tell them all you gave me a plastic one.
I gave you a plastic wrench. That's
Yeah,
yes,
who gives warning label a wrench?
right, Texas. I'm like, man, the DM blade. What?
What did we figure out what a DM blade? Oh, a Dylan Morton. Oh
Oh, a
wow.
Dylan Mortensen blade. Okay. Oh, when she was holding that big old. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I thought that's what you meant, but I wasn't. I wasn't gonna, jump.
TKC says I tried watching or listening, Nina. I was a few minutes early, had a commercial, then it was gone. That, that's because I was sweating bullets, having a panic attack. So I just shut my laptop and said, "That's it, I'm done."
Oh,
I kept looking for
PK.
Gage, and he never showed up. I got stood up.
Nina, I laid down. The
Hey,
next
Gage,
day,
that's a joke because you
and
show
then
up
next
every
day I
time.
know I was out, waking up this morning.
I mean, I
Clearly,
can't
what's
say a
going
word because
on?
if anybody ever shows up, you show up.
Hey, I didn't mean to stand you up. Honestly, I woke up. I woke up this morning. I checked my email. I was like, "Oh shit!" She sent me the link and everything. And I saw the instant message. I was like, "Oh my god! Thank God she canceled."
How did you like my subject line?
Yeah.
This is what we're
Well,
going to talk about. And then it was like, what, 40 words?
yeah.
And you
That's
sent me a message
crazy.
back and you were like, that's sort of going to be a long stream there.
Hey,
That's
I
an
did
all
one
nighter,
one
Nina.
time. Hey, I did one time. Get this, Nina. Me and Jeff, I think, were on the panel, and we had the best 4 hour live, right? I hit record. It started the first half where I do my intro and all that. And for some reason, I paused it, never hit record again. It was an upload, okay? So I never hit record again, uploaded it, thought, man, that's going to be gold. That is fire right there. Me and Jeff were on point. And it comes out as 38 minutes or 38 minutes or seconds long. 38 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Just my intro. And Jeff and I had talked for 3.5 hours.
No.
And I wasn't even looking at the timer. We're just talking and talking and talking. Yeah, I did, Texas. I did read that. I saw the presser and everything. That's sad. You know, he's talking about a jailer that got attacked by a violent inmate that had been arrested 3 other times for assaulting public officers. And he was sent in there into the cell by himself with this guy, and the guy killed him.
Oh my gosh.
The jailer was 28 years old.
No.
Yes. He had a 1 week old baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Potato cakes. I've never had that.
Oh, I love me some potato cakes.
Are those like hash browns?
No, that is leftover mashed potatoes, and you put flour and egg, and you fry them up like fritters.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all have heart disease in your family.
Who's got a heart?
A good comeback. Good comeback. Did y'all ever cook, Nina? I remember I remember growing up, I used to see my mom and grandma and all them making tortillas. They didn't use butter. They didn't use shortening, none of that. They had a big old 5-gallon tub of, it said lard on the side of the bucket. She used to
Yeah.
get a spoon and just dip that thing in. Everything she was cooking, she'd dip that spoon in there, get some of that, and cook with it. Crisco.
Yeah, but do you know? I mean, think about today's kids. And, some of my memories is like shucking the corn, getting all the silks off, and then scraping it, to
Mm-hmm.
get that cream corn. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
shelling purple whole peas until your fingers are completely purple. And, you know,
Oh,
do
wow.
you know what would happen if we tried to get some of these kids to sit down and shuck corn and shell peas?
Nina, that night that we did community service, it was 4 hours. Okay. No, not even four. It was 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay. By the end of that 2 hours, those kids were complaining. Their feet hurt. They were
Exactly.
they were hungry. They wanted to go home. They were cold. All of
And
it.
I mean, some of my fondest memories is, probably not my fondest at the time, because I was a kid, probably wanting to go do something else.
Right.
But I mean, now I look back and I mean, you remember the old turnstile ice cream makers, the grandkids would have to take turns sitting on the towel and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, that's my 11-minute. Sorry, I got an 11-minute timer.
Okay. I remember what that's for.
Yeah, I challenged creators today that when they go live to do it just one time and see how many times it goes off during a live.
That's awesome. Truth says, my great granny used to raise a hog and she got her lard from the harvest of that hog. She
Yep.
lived until she was 97, didn't have any symptoms or Alzheimer's or dementia. PKC says she wants to make some lard. So, I mean, those old timers, there's something to be said about that natural food they used to eat.
Hey, now
And
come on. When you could go back in your granny's pantry and get stuff that was in jars that looked like it'd been there 200 years, but make the best vegetable soup you'd ever had.
right?
And,
Just shake up,
as long as the top
just
pops,
shake
you're in
up.
good shape.
Yeah, just shake the jar a little bit. It'll be all
Yeah.
right.
Don't worry about all the dust. Just don't let it get down in there. And if the top doesn't pop, throw it away.
Jim, I'm gonna have to get me some mashed potatoes, I guess, and try that potato cakes.
Oh my gosh, they are so awesome. I mean, awesome.
What'd you say?
You take your leftover cream potatoes and put them in the refrigerator and let them get hard. And then
Okay.
you take an egg and flour and mix it up for that consistency. And then you take some butter or some margarine,
Okay.
whatever we're going to tell ourselves we're using butter. Um, and you put that in the skillet and fry them up
All right.
like potato cakes.
All right.
Instead of a pancake, you have a potato cake.
Okay.
You can do that. Have you ever had the cornbread cakes like that?
I always thought that's what crepes were. Is that what it is?
Oh,
A crepe? A crepe?
no, no, no. That's the
Big
little.
Glitter like potato cakes too. Am I the only one that hadn't had them?
I'm you're gonna have to make you some potato cakes.
She said, then top it off with sour cream and bacon and chopped up green onion. Good
I
God.
mean,
Y'all
yeah,
eat
there's your
good.
meal right there from leftover cream potatoes.
Good Lord.
I
I'm
mean,
going to
that's
have
like,
to start another channel and call it Recipes from the Chat.
exactly.
Man, y'all could open up a restaurant. We got it going on over here. Anybody make tortillas?
I make stuffed bell pepper soup.
I have never heard of that.
All it is everything you put in a stuffed bell pepper, except for it's deconstructed. It doesn't come in the bell pepper shell.
Okay.
Put it over some cornbread.
Cornbread. I like jalapeno cornbread. Rondi said, I do. All right. Oh my God, I make stuffed bell pepper soup too. Glitter
See?
makes the thing. I haven't had potato cakes in a long time. Usually not enough left over.
Shoot, the
Yeah.
best meal you can have is just dang. What is that? Snap peas, fried okra, cream potatoes, and a meat. Man, make you slap your mama, which I'd slap my mama anyway. So
Aquarius says I'm missing out. Man, it sounds like it. Ronnie says
hey, does
tortillas.
anybody want a dog? She's only 15 years old and blind, and she's getting on my nerves.
What kind?
Annoying? No, she's a Labrador.
Okay.
She thinks she belongs in your lap. No, let's say Muumu's Chihuahua Feist, and he's almost 18. And little girl dog looks like a kangaroo, and she's 15.
Hey Dina, can you keep them
Somebody
in
is
the
at my
chain?
door. I will be
Hey, can
right
you
back.
keep them in the chain for a
I
minute?
will be right back.
Well, hell, I'll wait till she gets back. I gotta run down to my truck and get my eye drop. My eyes are drying out, driving me crazy. These recipes are interesting to say the least, guys. What's y'all's favorite holiday dishes? Y'all do turkey for Christmas, or y'all do ham or brisket or steak? What do y'all do for turkey? I mean, for Christmas. See, I'm a brisket guy. I could eat brisket year round. It doesn't mean what holiday it is. I could eat brisket every day, year round. Anybody else a brisket eater? Texas says he'll trade you a puppy. Yeah, brisket's awesome. I love it too. Oh, truth, I'm sorry to hear that. Corned beef or brisket. Yeah, brisket is awesome. I love it. If y'all have any issues with your eyes, like drying out or whatever, here I'm gonna sound like a commercial. The best eye drops are just Cystine, I think, or Cystine or something like that. Those are the best eye drops. They will take that away quickly. Italians wheat seafood, Christmas Eve, and turkey Christmas Day. All right. We have another Italian in here. You usually have a doctor in here that's Italian. Nothing wrong with that. Butchers used to keep the hanger for themselves because it's only a couple pounds. Venison. Isn't that interesting how brisket used to not even be that popular? And then all of a sudden, bam, it becomes popular. I'm a huge brisket fan, but you eat the hanger. Understand why the butcher didn't want to share it or sell it. Gotcha. Nah, Texas, I'll have to pass on that, bro. For those of you that don't know what barbacoa is, that is like the head of the cow. Isn't it? I just can't do barbacoa. I can't do it. It's just black and greasy. No, I can't do it. I know a lot of people that love it, but I can't do it. So, other than that, we will be eating and drinking and all this on the holiday. Anybody have any travel plans? Any kind of yearly event that y'all do? I don't really, I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas have never really been my holiday. My holiday is New Year's Eve, and it's always been that way, because I'm a I'm an addict. So addict alcoholic. So, that used to be my best time of the year. That was my favorite time, the biggest party on the planet. So, you know, um, that's what I look forward to every year was New Year's Eve. I couldn't wait for it. Couldn't wait for that day to come. I still love it. I mean, I love the ambient, the lights, fireworks, the big party atmosphere. Even though I don't drink, I don't do any of that. Um, I still enjoy it. I was going to New Orleans every year. The last year I went was 2019, I think, right before the C word. Um, and I remember sitting in the hotel room and they were talking about that that cruise line. They just had all those people being infected on the cruise ship. I was thinking, damn, that is some nasty stuff. What did they eat over there? And I was talking to my friend, and then it was like an afterthought. Got dressed, went and partied. Like, partied as what a partier can do that doesn't drink or do drugs. Family traveled to eat with me all the way from New York City and Philly. I'm on the beach. I'm at the beach. Awesome. Halloween for me. Okay, Jim, what makes Halloween special for you, buddy? I mean, I know a lot of people who enjoy Halloween. That's a good holiday. I mean, at the juvenile place where I work, we do trunk or treat, so we dress up and give out candy every year. So I've done that for about the past 3 years. Um, you know, um, that's a good holiday for people. They enjoy it. They love dressing up. They love doing it with their kids, grandkids. We did it downtown, and probably about 4,000 people came this year. It was a busy time. We had to go get more candy. We ran out. But what I started talking about before Nina hopped up here is, this is a tough time for a lot of people. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer because we're having a good time in here. Obviously, you guys are doing well at this point, but I'm just saying this, I guess, as a public service announcement that if you know anybody who's struggling during this time, be an ear for them. You know what I mean? Be an ear. Offer them a meal. Offer them a blanket. Offer them something. Most of the time, people just want to be heard. You're right, Jim. That's no better reason than that. You're right. They're so creative too. You know, every day should be a daily reason to give. And I know we don't have a lot, but remember there was a time in our country where there wasn't a lot to be had in many instances in our history. And people even used to barter for services. And, we still got by as a nation. We still got by. One of my bucket list, Missy, is to go to New York City, go to Times Square, Go to the big Christmas tree, Rockefeller Center, all that, do the tourist stuff, Ground Zero during the holiday season, hopefully New Year's Eve. That'd be pretty awesome, I think. But it looks so freaking cold. So, what is CWD? Is that like something that the deer are getting infected with? I'm kind of following along with you guys, but I don't know what CWD is. But yeah, that's one of my bucket lists, and like I've said in other lives, I'd like to go to Fremont and zip line, Las Vegas. That'd be nice. 3,000-acre national forest. That'd be nice. Chronic waste disease. How did they get that? From the water? From the runoff and stuff? See, I'm naive to all this stuff because, we don't really have deer here. It's basically the deer version of mad cow disease. Okay. But I was thinking about that statement, and there's a lot to be thankful for this time of year. Even though we might not have a lot of money, might not have a lot of things that have gone in our favor this year, but we have the opportunity, hopefully, to continue to do it again. Well, we do have deer, but it's not the same. I mean, it's not like the deer that I saw in East Texas, you know. Look up CWD United States 2024 map. So, also wanted to just, talk a little bit about how you guys have been, how everything's going, how any new addition to the family is, any new addition to your job, or anything you'd like to talk about. That's why the title says, let's hang out. Come say hey with the 12. I guess people were interested in the recipes. Then we started talking about mad cow disease and CWD, and people left. That's what they say. Everything's bigger in Texas. Bigger deer, bigger dogs. Everything's bigger in Texas. That's what they say. Yeah, Houston's huge, though. Houston's a huge area. I love East Texas, though. East Texas reminds me of somewhere that is a combination of a lot of different places. Not all of East Texas, but like the area where I lived, it was Longview, Henderson, Tyler, Nacogdoches area, all that area right there. Palestine, Carthage, all that area. I used to travel that area to do home services. And I freaked out one time. I used to do CPS services, as I've shared with you. I used to give people substance abuse counseling at their homes because one of the stipulations for them to get their families back was to get, substance abuse counseling. And nobody wanted to do it. And I thought, you know what? Here's a challenge. I've never done this. Why don't I try it? So I got the contract, And they gave me 1, then they gave me 2, then they gave me 5, then they gave me 10, then they gave me 17, then it was up to 38 counties. I was like, what the? So I was driving, 4-hour day all over these little towns. I guess I'm going to share some stories until Nina comes back. And if you've never been to East Texas, it's like no other area I've ever been to, other than, I guess, a little bit of Arkansas. It's not, the trees aren't as tall as they are in Alabama and Mississippi that way, but they're pretty tall. There's the Pine Ridge, the piney woods. Well, I'd go do these home services, and they were usually, the people could never see you in the morning. Some could see you in the morning. Some people had to do it after their kids got home from school, blah, blah, blah. You had to work around their schedule. So a lot of them had me out at their homes in the middle, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, which I didn't mind. I mean, it was no big deal, right? It's just the driving. And I didn't mind the drives either. They paid pretty damn well. But the service, it lasted about an hour, so I made pretty good money. Well, my first call ever, my first client, I remember this like yesterday. I was driving in the middle of the woods looking for an RV. She said, there's going to be a lot of RVs, it's pretty dark, lit up, some parts, whatever. I said, okay. I grew up in West Texas, okay? So if you've ever been to West Texas, there's no damn trees. Our rendition of a tree is a mesquite bush, okay? So in East Texas, when they're telling you trees, they're meaning trees. And these folks are living in RVs and trailers and, stuff like that in the middle of a freaking forest. And I'd never been exposed to that in my life. Here I am driving through these little windy roads. The GPS is telling me turn here. It's taking me to the edge of a cliff. It's doing this, that, and the other. You missed your turn. You need to make a U-turn. All this and all that, right? And I finally get to her RV. She comes walking. I don't like walking up to people's houses like that, so I kind of honked the horn and then got out of my car at that point. She walks out. She says, I really, the house is kind of small. Can we do the service over here on the picnic table? I said, well, that's fine. I'm thinking nothing of it, right? So we walk over, the picnic tables outside under this big old light, one of those yard lights. And it wasn't bad. I'm doing the assessment. I'm asking her questions. All of a sudden, here come these 2 little kids, and they're hanging all over her. She's smoking a cigarette, blowing the smoke in my face. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, whatever. Chiggers or whatever you want to call them. Mosquitoes. That's another thing. Mosquitoes are the biggest freaking, I don't know what to describe them as. I mean, they could take you away, 2 or 3 of them. They were so damn big. Well, anyways, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden this dog walks up. It's her dog. And the dog starts humping my leg. Mind you, I'm in dress clothes, okay? At the middle of summer, I'm in dress clothes, and it's humid, it's muggy, there's cigarette smoke flowing everywhere. My eyes already dried out. I'm getting stuffy. All this stuff's going on. I got to get this done because this is worth $180, okay, for this assessment. So I'm trying to suffer through it. And she keeps wanting to tell me how it's not her fault and she wasn't on drugs and this and that. And I said, ma'am, I will get to that part later on. We got to finish up with these questions. I'm just trying to do this assessment to get the best information from you so that I can find out exactly what problematic areas you have so I can help you. I said, all that stuff comes next. She's like, I just want my kids. And she started crying. Like, well, I don't have any control over that, but I do know that you must complete this counseling before you can get your kids back. So we get through it. The dog's humped my leg about 3 times. I've shooed it off. I'm all sticky, sweaty, humid. I get in my car and I thought, well, that wasn't the worst it could have been, right? I was wrong. I was wrong. I had a case not long after that where there was this family and they had an older daughter whose live-in boyfriend was accused of attempting to sexually abuse a 13-year-old girl. And that's all I'm going to go with that. Okay. But the mom and dad were smoking weed. They had the weed in their room. Blah, blah, blah. All here and there. All those stories. Well, I get there. I said, okay, where do you want to do the assessment? I got to do this assessment. Always carried a briefcase. All this stuff so I could write all this stuff down. Because I didn't have it was easier to write it down and then type it up later on. Wanted to get it done as quick as I could. Even though I got paid for the hour, whether you did 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, you still got the money. So they say, okay, well, we're throwing away that couch out there. Why don't we sit on it? I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I had to do 3 assessments. Okay. The dad, the mom, and the 13-year-old kid. Well, get done with the dad, get done with the mom, and I noticed that my butt feels kind of wet. And I kept smelling, musty, mildew, kind of whatever. And I kept feeling something bite me, right? And I was like, what the hell? And, I get done doing the assessment with the daughter. They met criteria. I was going to start seeing them weekly, the mom and the dad, to give them treatment together, this and that. The daughter was good. She wasn't using, she wasn't smoking, none of that. Anyways, the dad comes over and he's like, I don't know why we have to do these services. It's just a little marijuana. It's not like we're hurting anybody, this and that and the other. I don't want to go into this case because there's a lot that goes into it. But the reason I brought this up is because after this case, I quit wearing dress clothes to these services because I was all dressed up in, the dress attire. Because I found out that they threw this couch out for a reason. This couch had, I hope none of y'all are eating because this is a trigger warning. This couch had animal feces on it, had maggots, had all kinds of stuff. And it had just rained because it rains in East Texas. Yeah, they had their teeth, but it was they were kind of, it was bad. Anyways, and I was sitting in all this, right? And I thought to myself, okay, that's the last time. I'm tired of ruining my clothes. No telling what I'm going to sit in, no telling where I'm going to go. And that's not the last place, I went into some interesting places. One thing you never do is you never stand directly in front of the door when you're knocking, especially when you're going to a suspected meth use. All right. One more story. Hopefully Nina comes back quickly. Unless y'all are enjoying these stories, I mean, I can go on all night, but let me know if I'm boring you. We'll talk about something else. But this story right here, it's at the bottom of this ravine, this canyon like thing, and there was a road that was paved, and then all of a sudden it went into dirt road. It went into dirt road. And then it went down into this ravine, and there was a trailer home with this long, I guess it was a ramp, you know. So I was thinking, well, maybe there's some handicapped people or there's some old people here, so, I'll be all right. Well, this house I went to was because they were doing suspected meth in this house. And I get there, and like I tell you, you never stand in front of the door directly. So I'm standing at the side of the door, I knock, and I kind of step back a little bit just in case somebody just comes out and swings open that door, you know? And I'm like, it's this lady, and she answers. She's like, yeah. I tell her who I am. And I tell her, I said, I need to do an assessment. And she's like, okay. And I said, I have an order for two. Where's the other person? She's like, oh, he lived in the back. I said, in the back of what? It's a 2-bedroom trailer, okay? Single wide. So she goes back and beats on a door, and she's yelling, get the F out of bed already. I told you he was going to be here. And she comes back, and she plops down, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry about the dog poop. The dog's been sick. I haven't had a chance to clean it all up. She's like, please be careful where you step. I was like, okay, no problem. So I sit on the couch, and I'm sitting there, and I shit you not. Out walks this guy. His hair is standing straight up from his head, just like he just got out of bed. No judgment here. And I'm not making fun of anybody in these stories that I'm telling you. I'm being dead honest to what I saw. This man's head was like he just, just standing straight up. And I don't know, Texas. I don't know. And he comes out, and he's in tidy whities and a t-shirt that was too small. And I was like, oh, dear Lord. And I said, hi, sir. My name is so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. I'm here to do an assessment. I'm being professional, right? He looks at me. He's like, he grunts. He didn't even say hello back. He didn't say anything like that. He just grunts. And I'm like, are you so-and-so? And he mumbles, when he talks. So I'm trying to listen, and I ask him all the questions. He's like, what the fuck you doing here? You trying to take my daughter from me? And I said, sir, I'm not that person. I'm not with CPS. They just contracted me out here to come make sure whether you need services. I know that I definitely need to do the family counseling and this and that in order for your daughter to come home. And he was not happy, right? But needless to say, they met criteria for services, and I had to come back. They successfully completed their services. The people that I told you about the couch, they didn't complete. They were not supposed to have the boyfriend in the house, right? And I showed up one day. The boyfriend was in the house. I had to report it. Plus, while I was doing the services, they were resisting like no get out. No get out. They were resisting like my services. They're like, Why do we have to do this? Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. And I was like, look, I'm not going to spend a whole hour just debating with you whether you need this or whether you don't. I told you I did the assessment. You meet criteria. I'm contracted to do the services. Either you want the services or you don't. Are you refusing or are you not? Are we going to continue this or am I going to argue with you all night? I got places to be. It's getting dark. It's cold. I need to get home. If this is not what you want to do, let me know. We're good. I said, okay. I'll be letting CPS know that you declined your services. So the next day, I had to type out their discharge plan, right? Sent it to CPS. Probably an hour later, I get this phone call. It's this guy cussing me the hell out on the phone. You took my effing kids, and I told you we didn't need the services and this and that and the other. And I said, first of all, you don't call my phone cussing at me. You made the decision. I gave you a choice. You chose it. You decided not to want the services. You knew what you had to do. You didn't want to step up and do it. So therefore, CPS did what they had to do. So that's the end of the story. And if you keep calling me, I'm going to file harassment charges on you. He calls 2 more times. I didn't file on him because, he'd already had a hard enough time. But, just to say, some days are really tougher than others back then, I did that for about 5 years. Not to mention the counseling that I did in the office. I did free jail therapy. Like I'd go over to the Rush County Jail and, the inmates that were locked up. I talked to the sergeant there and, we got a little room in there and we were, talking about drug addiction and what they're going to do if they got out and all this other stuff, just to let them get out of their cells for a little bit. And that was free. I did a lot of free therapy, because I was trying to get my name out there and I worked with the juveniles over there and I did tobacco cessation classes. I did it all back then, I'd, oh, Texas. You should have rode along with me. You were probably knee deep at the correction place at that time. You were probably at Beto at that time when I was doing this. I don't know how long it's been since you were CO, but I was doing this about 2015, 2014. What the red flag? What's with the red flag? So, needless to say, it was very interesting, very interesting. Very interesting line of work over there. Pretty much anywhere, everywhere you go, there's people that need help that don't want it. That's why when I started this channel and I started getting a lot of opposition, it didn't really bother me. Opposition doesn't bother me. It's the way people approach me. It's what bothers me. It's like there's a level of respect there that you got to gain. You can't just come at somebody and talk to them like you've known them forever, and especially be able to say what you want to say to them, like in an aggressive manner, and then get mad when they talk back to you the way that you're coming at them. Don't make no sense. But, as far as what people say, I've heard a lot of stuff being slung my way, and I'm not fragile by no means, And I learned a lot of this stuff through doing the counseling and being in the environment that I've been in, Crime is crime. Criminals are criminals. That's why when I say what I say on this channel, I'm not talking down to people. I'm not judging people. Like I used to tell my clients, when I talk about addiction, I'm not talking about you as a person. I'm talking about the addiction inside of you. So when I talk about the criminal, I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the criminal inside of you. The criminality that exists inside the person, not the person themselves. Because that's how I differentiate the situation. Because many people don't know that they personalize that, and they say, "Well, you're talking down to them. You're judging." No, I'm not judging them. I'm talking about what they've done or how they lived or their behaviors. I did, Rondi. I had some success stories. Actually, I had a lot of success stories. Many of them would complete it as quick as possible. And that's the thing. You could do as much as you wanted, as quickly as you wanted. You had a whole year to complete this plan. You had a whole year to complete parenting, substance abuse, life skills, financial, just to be given the opportunity to be more responsible with your children. And some of them took to that. They're like, well, yeah, I need some of this because I'm struggling. Some of them were the single parent households. Somebody turned them in and they were using drugs, or they were recreational users. But some of them were almost junkie point. They were barely hanging on, and the kids needed to be out of that environment. you know but I did see some success. I've seen some success in my career as a therapist. I really have. I've seen more success than failure. And I'm not boasting when I say that. I've seen a lot of success. But some of the failures that I've seen, it's almost like I knew it was coming because they weren't ready. Just like with some of the juveniles that I talked to. Hell, I talked to a juvenile for 3 months straight, maybe almost 4 months, and the dude is out playing with guns right now, playing with his life. For whatever reason, these kids have a fascination with these guns, and they think that if they shoot at a house, people aren't going to get pissed off and go get a gun and shoot back at their house. I mean, they think everything's a freaking video game. They think everything is not real. They will kill you with no remorse. It's like they have no remorse when it comes back to their actions. And once again, I am talking about the crime, not the individual. I'm able to separate those two. I don't know why a lot of people can't, but I'm able to separate them. Many people can't. Rondi said, while they complete the program, are kids with the parents? No, they're not. They're either placed with the relatives, the fathers of these children, or the relatives of the mother. Or if they have no relatives or no placement, they get placed in the foster care. And then once the parents complete these services, or they start getting supervised visitation and all this stuff, and they're doing good, then they get the kids back and they get clean UAs and stuff like that. It's almost like being on probation, actually. I mean, these CPS workers, man, they work like POs for real. They're constantly getting calls around the clock about these parents. Anytime you supervise an adult, it is stressful as all get out. Like we had the mom that I was just telling you about, the juvenile. Here's a story. Not casting blame here, because I know that y'all live with people in your communities with this type of mentality. So the kid breaks the law, he gets placed on deferred. That means that if he completes, charges are dropped, sealed, no issue. Okay, well, the kid completed. The whole time we were telling mom, there's a problem. He needs more mental health stuff. He needs this, that, and the other. He needs more supervision in the home. You take up for them, make excuses for them, blame us, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, the kid's out here in the streets and she's calling us every 5 minutes. And we got a lot of people like that in our community. But this kid, you know, hopefully he wisens up and does the right thing, you know. Because like I tell these kids all the time in their classes, I tell them, look, guns are nothing to be played with. You're making choices that have a long-term consequence. Not everybody that fires a gun is going to die, but if you kill somebody, it's almost like you took your own life, you know? And I understand there's dysfunction. I really do. I understand there's a lot of dysfunction in these families. But at what point can professionals really step in and make it better if people don't want to change? You get what I'm saying? At what point? Because just like addiction, you know, you can only step in to make a change if people want to change. I feel you, Jim. I feel you. And that's the problem we have too. It's like I tell the parents all the time as well. You know, they usually don't learn these behaviors by themselves. They were children once. They learned these behaviors somewhere. They learned fighting, abusiveness. They learned all this stuff somewhere. All these habits that you talk to them about not doing, are you doing? Have you done? Do you buy them weapons? Do you buy them alcohol? Do you buy them drugs? And you make it okay as long as they're in the house. And don't drive or don't mess with other people while they're doing these things. And by no means, if you do this with your children, am I judging you or care one way or the other. That's your life. But you know it's getting harder to control these individuals because they're getting slicker and slicker. You know, how they commit these offenses. I mean, it's sad to say, but I see in the near future that adolescents, at least 16, 17-year-olds, they might start getting harsher crimes with weapons than adults because it's getting that bad. You know, every time a police officer pulls over a child driving, and I say child because everybody under the age of 18 is a child to me. You know, they got to be fearful for their lives because they might have a kid with a gun. And I always ask them, what do you have to, what are you scared of so much that you have to carry a weapon here? But I understand Texas, I get that. But in East Texas, how even here at one point, hunting was a big deal, right? Back in the day, here's that statement. Back in the day, you know, you used to see shotguns in the headache racks, right? You see the shotgun racks in the pickup trucks and all that. Those guns never jumped out of their trucks at the schools and went up and shot up the school and then went and jumped back in the pickup. You get what I'm saying? Those knives on the side of your pocket never busted out of the sheath and stabbed people in the school. You never had to fight people or get jumped by 20 people at once while walking to lunch just because they thought it would be funny to record this. Yeah, I agree with you. We raised hell too. I'm not trying to say that we were all innocent. I'm not saying that to say the least. Every generation has had their hell raisers, but they've taken it to a new level. You get what I'm saying? It's taken to a new level. And at one point, you got to ask yourself, when is enough enough? I mean, we can't incarcerate everybody. We can't put everybody on probation. We can't put everybody on parole. Something has to give. I don't believe that taking the guns away is the option. Because as we've seen, people make their own guns. You're right. Would one of you guys or both of you guys like to come up here? I always have females up here. I'd like to have guys up here with some common sense. I'll put the link on here if y'all want to hop up here and talk to me. It's free. Don't charge a thing. I mean, I remember those days seeing those shotguns in the gun racks in the pickup trucks, you know? And I wasn't a cowboy or anything like that, but all my cowboy friends used to have them little buck knives or whatever. They carried those knives in school. They weren't supposed to, but they did, you know? I mean, other than for self-defense reasons, I've never understood how shooting someone solved anything. Take your L, take your ass whooping, and get up and stand up, dust yourself off. Either make friends or meet them again and square up again. And that should tell you everything there is to say about this generation is they can't take an L. They cannot take an L, which is a loss. Used to you take your ass whooping, you'd get up, dust yourself off, keep going, or you'd become friends with them, whatever. Somebody would break it up. But for whatever reason, things have changed. I used to listen to older people talk like I'm talking right now, and I can hear so many of their voices echoing in my head, even my parents. You know, one day this and one day that and one day this. You're thinking, one day's never going to come. I'm invincible. There's no way I'm going to grow old. Growing old for the weak. Growing old for the meek. You got a mouse in your pocket, Texas? No, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I hear you. I guess Truth went out on to eat that food she was cooking. I know Nina hopped down. I guess she's doing her thing. Well, those of you that are still here, thank you for being here. The length of time. It's getting about that time for myself. I guess I better go take the Geritol and get ready for bed. Yeah, the fight would be after school, and that would be it. Were you a fighter, Rondi? You're right, Texas. Listen to us. We sound like our parents. I have a buddy who's a year younger than me, and I go and visit him sometimes. And it's almost like sitting there talking with his dad when we were young. You know what I mean? I look at him, I'm like, why you sound like you're 60, 70 years old, bro? You're not even that old. Why are you acting it? You know? I understand in aging, but come on, man. Sometimes you gotta age gracefully. So if you haven't been in here the whole time or you watch this on a replay, I recommend some shows. Here's some shows that y'all can watch during the holidays if you haven't watched them already. If you have Paramount Plus, you might go watch Landman. Definitely watch Tulsa King. If you have Netflix, you might watch the show Carry On, and then the Jamie Foxx special. Those four things are worth the watch. You was in your garden. Isn't it dark where you're at? What time is it where you're at, Truce? Jesus. Like 9 o'clock where I'm at. Thought you were in Alabama. Must have a lit up garden. And you're right. It didn't matter where I was. If it's time to fight, it happened then and now. That's how God do it usually. Maybe he's woke. Who's woke? Oh, my friend. I got you. Yeah. Oh, that kind of garden. My bad. My bad. 951 East Coast, New Jersey. Yep, she done ate an edible. You see any those drones, Missy? They say the New Jersey coast is infiltrated by those. I had to fight every day. I stood up for a special ed they would ought to steal them from. Good for you, Jim. I did the same thing, buddy. You're right, Texas. It flies over here. It's gonna be like, what do you call those? Skeet shooting. Every skeet shooter in Texas is gonna be out there trying to knock that out of the sky. Well, guys, I'm gonna give you about another 5 more minutes, then I got a call tonight. The girlfriend is over here sending me nudie pictures, saying she's ready for bed. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Why did that come out of my mouth? I'm just kidding with y'all. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Damn. Shot a buzzard one time on the wing with a deer rifle. Damn. No drones here in Texas. None. Zero fear. Oh my goodness. Yep, these Texans over here were raised a little different. I forget that not everybody's from Texas when I go live. Can you share these pictures? How the hell did you come in here unannounced? Hey, Jeff H. Yeah, they know better, Texas. Do I want to die? Do I want to live to make it to my next birthday? Do I want to make it to work in the morning? Probably not, Jeff. Probably not. I would be dead by morning. So how was your we're just cutting it up a little bit, Jeff. How was your rehearsal, buddy? You know, over here in Texas, we're built a little different, a little rugged, a little uncouth. You arrived for the last 5 minutes, yeah. Hey, Jeff, nice to see you. I enjoyed our conversation earlier. I at least tuned the guitar when we got off the phone. Jeffy, are you the Ghost F guy? We shoot first, then ask questions. You're right, Texas. Hell, I got an AR-15 under my bed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I'm just saying a lot of shit I shouldn't say. Maybe I'm getting tired or something. I don't know. I usually get in trouble when I get tired. I don't know. Practice was really good. Anyone know the song that Hot Child in the City? I was gonna go get some eye drops, and Nina dropped me like that. Jeff, you want to come up on panel for a second and entertain the folks while I go get my eye drops? I can't stay a long time, but we can talk. Are you driving? Are you driving home? Crimson and Clover. That's by heart, right? No, I didn't. I didn't want to get copyrighted. I would play it, but it would copyright me. It definitely would. It was pretty on point. You should put that video on your page. That would be awesome. Like make a different ending to it, or like in between it, just shift up the chords a little bit. Make a rock version. Jeff sent me a King of the Hill intro video. Y'all should hear it. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, I know. I'll get banned like I did that one week. Well, my semester's over, guys. Your boy ended up with an A and a B, so technically I'm on the downhill slide after the new year. 4 more classes, and then I'm done. What do y'all think? Y'all think I should go for my master's in criminal justice? What do y'all think about my PhD? Maybe that'll be a question I can put. I can't put it in here. I can put that on YouTube though. Let me load this up on YouTube. I wonder if it'll keep it streamed. No, I'm not gonna mess with them. Y'all think I should go for my master's? Yeah, you were, Jeff. You're pretty on point, buddy. Sure, just don't try to BK it. Yeah, go for it. Have 'em. I don't know. How much is the Masters? Is that 4 more years or 2 more years? If it's 2 more years, I might. I mean, what the hell? I bet you wouldn't get a copyright strike for that. It's an acoustic guitar that I don't think that's what they used. Damn it, Jeff. They did use an acoustic. Let's see. I think I emailed that to myself. Hold on. Last time it was Nina. This time it's Jeff. So if I get copyrighted and banned for a week, y'all go blow up their channels. I think I got it already. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. It's a good one. You know, Jeff, if you weren't my friend, I'd tell you to fuck off for real. No love loss. I'm sorry. Just saying. If you were just a casual person, would be like, fuck off, Jeff. Nina's doing a live somewhere. See, she could have been over here. I could have been showing her how to upload a video. No disrespect, Jeff. I'm just playing. I'll do like everybody else. I'll just like go under a different name. Hi, my name is. Hey, I could like rebrand myself. Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm the Idaho Whisperer. Here we go. Dear God, please let this suck. But suck so good that you can understand it.
Go. It is not an easy one. This is about like take 10.
Oh! Okay, y'all get the point. There you go. What'd y'all think about that? It was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty damn good, right? I forgot what I just said, Rondi. I was all into Jeff playing my favorite intro. Nina says she loves all the pieces. Those of you that have been here tonight, thank you so much for your attentiveness. Jeff, you did an awesome job. Hopefully you'll be on panel sometime soon. The rest of you, if you ever want to jump up here on a night like tonight, you'll have a way to conversate without being rude or anything else, or just kind of talk and whatever. Come on up. Those of you that watch this on replay that aren't usually in the chat, come on in. This is a safe place. If you need somebody to talk to, somebody to listen, or just some friendly folks that won't judge you or talk down to you or anything like that, come on in the chat. This is a safe place for reals. And hopefully you enjoy the content. There's plenty of stuff in the library. If Idaho 4 is the thing, there's plenty of videos in there on Idaho. There's a lot of different takes on a lot of the stuff that's out there right now. So actually, that was me playing it. I need a tan. Why are you taking credit for my play, Jeff? You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Like I said, I might be on New Year's Eve. Christmas Eve. Might be on the day after. I don't know yet. I'm kind of spontaneous, so make sure that you hit your notify button and hit the like button on your way out if you enjoyed the commentary. Y'all go see Nina's channel. Her channel is Warning Label Nina. Give her some like, give her some love. Jeff 8, the guitarist. Aquarius, her page is called Cannabis, Chaos, and Coffee. No, Cannabis, Coffee, and Chaos. Y'all go check out these channels. Give them some love. Give them some likes. And my other channel is called 12 Gauge Addictions. If you've never been there, go check that out. Maybe you'll give it a like. Maybe you'll give it a subscribe. Y'all have a wonderful night. And like I always say, if you need somebody to talk to or whatever, leave your email in the comments. I will get back to you. And I can't give you professional counseling or anything like that, but I'm a hell of a listener. And as long as it doesn't get drawn out and to the point where you become obsessive about it, I'm cool with it. Because, like I said, I'm not your therapist. I'm just somebody to listen. But in case of emergency, go to your local emergency room and have them do an evaluation, have them check you out, make sure everything's all right. Because sometimes we get deficiencies in our vitamins, our hydration, stuff that causes chemical imbalances, and it makes you feel a little off. I'm going to share one more story before I leave. Okay? The other night, I got severely dehydrated, and all night long, my brain was just racing and would not shut off. I got such bad anxiety, and it was due to the dehydration. So it could be as simple as that. Maybe it's not something long term, but you always got to take care of yourself. So with that, I bid you good night. Y'all have a wonderful day in the morning. See you soon.